dead meme.
Alright, we're back to play some more Avorion. It's time to go after Bottan the smuggler, so that we can acquire the xsotan relic that he's carrying, the XSTN-VIII, or number 8. So I'm going to just jump right into it. This one can be a long one, so it's going to vary depending on your world gen and a few other things, but let's move in. Okay, first things first. We're going to get into the map screen, and we're going to look for a smuggler's hideout, because without one of these, you're not going to be able to find Bottan. So, we've typed in smug, and as we can see, one of Bottan's ships is here, and there's a few other places that he's populated. So we're just going to choose a nice close one, and we're going to jump over there. So I'm going to click to that. See you soon. Okay, we've arrived in the smuggler sector. I just want to do a brief warning about a bug that exists with this particular mission. I'm not sure if it's still going to be in the game much longer. Hopefully it gets fixed soon. Like, the game is approaching, I think, 6-7 years old. Like, we should kind of get on this. So if I were to take the smuggler mission, like, say if I were to go to this guy and acquire the smuggler mission, sometimes portions of the quest or the quest line will make you go to the other side of the rift, which is not possible until you actually acquire Bottan's relic. So I do recommend to do it away from the center of the galaxy, and of course if you do it away from the center, it's going to be easier. The places that you're going to need to visit and whatnot are going to be lower level. So other than that, we're going to move on to the next part. So we're in the smuggler sector. We're going to look for someone labeled smuggler. If we click on him, as we can see in the bottom right here, he's one of Bottan's smugglers. Keep in mind, you will require a cargo bay in order to accomplish this mission. And so I'm going to fly myself out to the smuggler. You got to get relatively close before you can really interact with them. So I'm going to click to that. See you soon. Alright, we're going to pull up next to him. He'll likely hail us just by getting close to him. But I think it's under 2 kilometers, and they kind of start talking to you. Yeah, so he hails me. Interested in earning a lot of money? Of course I am. Alright, so there's a new mechanic added to the game with the carrying a... I don't know if it's stolen property or dangerous property, but you've got suspicious goods. Keep in mind, traveling through territories where there are other factions and governments, they may not take kindly to you carrying this stuff. They can issue fines and maybe even confiscate it. Alright, so keep in mind, this mission is timed. So we're going to hit up missions, and it's going to be this one labeled Easy Delivery. We're going to ask to show location. We're going to enter coordinates, and we're going to begin the trip. Luckily, it looks like the majority of the path is through unclaimed space. So if you get stopped by a particular faction, there's a bunch of modifiers that will decide what the fine will be and whether or not they confiscate the goods. There's also the potential to lose standing and maybe even enter conflict with them. But that's basically, I'll leave that for you to handle. I recommend getting a fast ship. If anyone hails you, just run. Just run away. And if you're lucky, you can travel through unclaimed space like I am, and then you won't have to deal with the problem. But we'll come back on the next step. We've made the rendezvous, so let's call up the strategic map. And here we go. So it's Bottan. And we're going to approach a ship. Oh, I'm going to ask him, I have your goods. So I don't believe there's anything you can really say to this guy to... in order to get the desired outcome. And strangely enough, there you go. He bugged out for a little bit. So he took the goods, he swindled us. It's time to move on to the next step. Don't worry, he'll get his. Let's call up the P menu. Let's go to missions. We have a new one, enemy of my enemy, show location. Not all that far away. The downside is this thing sometimes spawns rather far away. But we're going to rendezvous with someone who's going to help us get back what's ours. So we'll come back when it's time. Alright, so we've moved on to the next part here for Enemy of My Enemy. We've arrived at the location, and we have someone here just labeled a friend. How convenient. So, we're going to hail him up. How do we stop Bottan? Update your quest log here. So you're going to have to find a bunch of stuff. This quest, it's a little bit annoying. You can go on the map and look for an accelerator factory or a trade station that sells these things. There's a lot of traveling in this particular portion of the game, depending on when you attempt this, which is likely near the end because this one requires you to have a great deal of the galaxy mapped in order to find many of these factories. I'm going to show you another option that might be more suitable for what you're attempting to do here. So we need to keep in mind these components must be in the cargo hold of the ship that returns here in order to build the subsystem we're going to need to stop Bottan. This ship is a cargo vessel with a merchant captain. So I'll just take a look at that for you. Merchant captains have access to the markets and whatnot. They can buy and sell and run trade missions for you. Done a video on those if you really want to learn about them, but that's not the purpose of this. We're going to use this merchant captain to purchase all of these components on the right here. They should be able to get the vast majority of them from almost anywhere. There could be a increase in price associated, but again, it depends on how you wish to tackle this. You can fly through the galaxy looking for factories, or you can do this method. So I'm just going to move on to opening up the map, and we want this procure button. Alright, so I've populated the majority of the components. Fusion generators and energy inverters are not easily found in this region, and besides, I can only send this merchant to collect 5 things at a time, and we're needing 2, 4, 6, 7 items. So you're going to get to see the other method because this ship can't be in 2 places at once. This is going to take this ship 20 minutes to do this job. This is the cost, and there's a chance that you can get a discount because the merchant has the perk for it. So I'm going to tell this merchant to go, actually, we'll just quickly show you here. I need 2 processors, right? So I selected it in the drop down, 2. So just so you know how to do this system. All right, 20 minutes later, that's going to be covered. So I still need to deal with fusion generators and energy inverters. All right, so as you can see, I've dropped fusion in the search bar because I'm looking for a fusion generator factory. These things don't seem to be overly common, so if you do explore quite a bit, it'll probably help you because you'll have a lot uncovered. When you enter the sector, the map will be populated with the various components that, or the factories that are available to buy components. Energy inverters can be a problem because the factories that seem to produce them are also very rare. One other option, not to just look for factories, but we can also look for trade posts or trading posts. And as you can see, there's a lot more of them, and you could drop a ship somewhere in here and use the procure command to help you find them. So I'm just going to do that. Alright, we've tracked down a fusion generator factory. So we're just going to pull in and dock. I'm going to show it to you just in case you haven't seen it before. Alright, so we'll hail the station, trade goods, fusion generators, and according to my sheet, I'm going to need 2 of them. There you go. And as you can see on the right there, they've populated the fusion generator slot. But one thing that's going to kind of make you laugh, energy inverter factories. They're pretty rare. The one that I have found is literally on the edge of the galaxy in the opposite direction. So we're going to use the trade post method. Alright, we're back on the merchant vessel, and this is quite sad. The amount of time it took me to find 1 item on that shopping list, this captain has pretty much cleared it all out but 2. So I'm going to keep using this captain. I'm going to attempt to find the energy inverters. As you can see, we've populated up the side the components that are required. My one ship, the video ship, is carrying 2 fusion generators, so I'm going to order that one to go wait at the quest giver, and we'll exchange cargo there. So I just want to point out the scale of finding these energy inverters. It is probably one of the worst items in the game to locate. I started here, I checked all of these trading posts, all the way through here, and now I'm finally here. And how do I know there's one nearby? This is how I'm doing it. I'm clicking the procure button, I'm doing this, I'm going to type in energy inverter. So I know there's energy inverters within this little block. One of these 3 trading posts have it. Alright, between these 2 ships, we have all the components required. Get within 20 kilometers, or 0.2 kilometers, sorry. Hit interact, transfer crew, and cargo, and these are the 2 fusion generators. Now I have populated all of the quest requirements on one ship, because that's what you're going to need to do when you come talk to this person. And again, I believe you'll have to get within 0.2 kilometers. You usually have to transfer cargo. And let her know you have the goods. Alright, and as you can see, it removes a bunch of stuff from my inventory, or at least the ship's inventory, and I get a hyperspace overload exotic. Alright, so your ship is going to go into combat. As we do with most videos before we enter a boss battle, we're going to talk about preparation. You must have the hyperspace inhibitor or overload device installed in order to initiate the battle. This ship is from the Neonite Age. It will be more than enough to defeat Bottan. His ship is probably just leaving the Titanium Age for strength. So now we're going to need to encounter Bottan again in order to even begin chasing him down. So we're going to do what we did last time. We looked up smuggler in the top left corner in the search bar, and we found one of Bottan's ships. Alright, here we go again. Pull up within approximately 0.2 kilometers. Accept the mission. And now you'll meet him at the rendezvous point. So again, you just open up your ship menu, the missions button, show the location. Off we go. Alright, we're finally here. This enormous journey. Make sure the hyperspace overloader is equipped on the ship that approaches Bottan. Also, make sure that it is the ship carrying the suspicious goods. The quest may act a little bit strange if you do not. So we're just going to simply approach. Easy enough. Now hail him up, destroy the hyperspace engine, and there you go. Now just take him down now. He's not all that tough. Alright, he's approaching defeat, so I got behind him and just kind of pounded on his engines so that he wouldn't be able to squirm around as much, but he's still got gyros, as you can see. And all we gotta do is simply finish him off, and we'll get our good old xsotan artifact. And there she is. Alright, so in this mission, I ended up using captains to help me get the job done. I've made some videos for Avorion that cover more than just the relics. Like, as you can see, I've done one about making money and minerals. I've covered the captains and many of the stations. There's a few ways to go about getting all of these components that you had to suffer through. So you can make them yourself. I'm not sure how feasible that is. You can use a merchant captain like I did, or even a smuggler captain can perform a similar role. So just to keep in mind, I'm going to post some stuff in the description. Hopefully, if you're having some trouble, one of those will help you. And again, if you can give a guy a like or a sub, comment where are things going well, where are things going bad. It just helped me get a little bit better. But anyways, see you all again soon.